Welcome back to the final segment of this week's installment of Sun Devil Extra from the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. I'm Tim Healey, the radio play-by-play broadcaster for Sun Devil Athletics, and we thank you for joining us this week. As we continue our discussion on Sun Devil football, we welcome to the show now yet another member of the Sun Devil football team from 2023. He plays on the defensive side of the ball. Like our guest in the previous segment, Sean Na'a, he was a true freshman a year ago and played in the defensive line and played very well. He had 15 tackles, 2 for loss, a pass breakup, and a fumble recovery as a true freshman. 11 games in which he played, and he started 5 of them, including 4 of the last 5 games last season. And he figures to be prominent in the Sun Devils' plans in the D-line in 2024. He comes from Tatum, Texas, and we are delighted to welcome defensive lineman C.J. Fite to the show. C.J., good to see you. We had you on Coach Dillingham's show over at Dave & Buster's. Now we're doing the live Zoom thing. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. About yourself?
I'm doing great. Tell us a little bit about how the off-season's going. Give fans an idea of what you guys do in the off-season, because it really isn't an off-season for you guys, is it?
It's a lot of work going into it. We waking up early, getting lift in. You know, you see the same faces every day. Just going out there, screaming, lifting, having weights, and then so it's just pretty much the same thing over and over.
And now, and spring ball looms on the horizon, doesn't it? There must be a lot of excitement anticipating the start of spring ball.
It's exciting for sure, especially with the depth we have in the room now. It's just a lot of competition that's going to go on, and we're already competing just in the weight rooms, team comp. So it's just a lot of competition and a lot of anticipation leading up to spring ball, so everybody can show what they're made of.
Yeah. Let's reflect back on your 2023 season. We talked a little bit with Sean Na'a about this, but tell us what were your expectations as you came to Arizona State as a freshman in terms of the playing time you'd get, and how you feel you did getting a lot of playing time as it turned out.
Well, originally my plan was to come in, just get my body right, just take it slow, learn from the people ahead of me. But then spring ball came around and started building up my confidence and believing I could get in the mix. So then after that, it was just keeping it steady and steadily like rising and getting better each day. And I felt I did okay, but obviously I want to improve this year and just keep it getting better every year. I have high expectations for myself, so I was just trying to set high expectations and trying to consistently meet those and getting better each day.
What were the biggest adjustments that you had to make going from high school ball to immediately playing in major college football at the Pac-12 level last year?
Speed, for sure. The speed of the game's changed a lot faster. It's just, even you run tempo teams in high school, it's nothing compared to tempo teams in college. And just even though it's not tempo, it's still fast, and you have to get the call from the sideline, and then you have to assess the backfield and see what the linemen are giving you. And it's just that's pretty much the biggest thing and the eye discipline. That's big too. Just seeing what the offensive line getting you, and that's one thing I have to improve on is my eye discipline. From whether it's seeing the run and putting my hand placement, or if it's seeing the pass while I'm expecting run and converting run to passes, things like that. That's the biggest difference.
You heard me recite your stats from a year ago. How did you analyze your performance as a true freshman?
Obviously, it's something to build on. I'm not going to downplay it. I'm proud of how I performed, but still I need to improve, and there's always improvement to be done, for sure.
Now you have a new position coach in 2024. Dyron Reynolds comes to Arizona State, having previously. He has a wealth of experience in coaching at the collegiate level. He last year at Michigan State, but he spent a lot of years in the Pac-12 at Stanford. What have you learned from him, and talk about the association you'll have with Coach Reynolds?
I'm excited to work with him. Today was our first day, like actually getting the stuff installed with him. So just being able to continue to do that and being able to continue to learn from him is going to be big. He's already dropped some nuggets just walking by. It's just little things, talking about just things like get off and eye discipline, for sure. That's one of the things he brought up to me as well, is the eye discipline. So, yes, I'm excited to be able to work with him.
You also get to work with a gentleman who's a terrific defensive coordinator and Coach Brian Ward, and there were moments last year that your defense had great moments, most notably, I think, holding the eventual national runner-up Washington Huskies without an offensive touchdown in that game in Seattle last October. Talk about working with Coach Ward again.
Coach Ward, he's a great guy, great coach. And I even asked him, I was like, what was the difference when we played Washington and all the other teams? And he was like, we just did what we were supposed to do. Like we did what we were taught. We did like exactly like we did our 111. That's our biggest thing. Our biggest thing is doing your 111.
Yeah.
And appreciating the guy next to you and what he does and his effort. So that game, we had appreciation for the dudes next to us. We did our jobs, and when you do your jobs, the job gets done. So.
Isn't it amazing how many coaches use in some different phraseology the same mantra? Of course, the former great head coach of the New England Patriots, Bill Belichick, his simple mantra, do your job.
Sure.
And Coach Ward phrases it differently, but it's the same message, do your 111th, isn't it?
Yes, sir. We hear that every day. Do your 111th, do your 111th. That's what we hear every day. So it's getting instilled in everybody's mind. In that game, everybody truly did their 111th, and that's what made the difference in that game.
CJ, what was it like for the team last year? I admired, and I think a lot of people who watched your team game in and game out admired how the way you guys competed, even as the season was going the wrong way and the losses started mounting up. To what do you attribute that ability to compete that your team displayed a year ago? And give us a sense of what last year was like for the team.
It for sure came from the Coach Dilly brought in. He's still trying to instill in everybody's head. Even we had the team comp on Friday, and he was talking about he lost in a game of Madden, and he wanted to play again. And it was like then he ended up winning that game after he lost, and he said he couldn't settle with a tie, so he had to play again. So it's just he's like he wants everybody to know like it's not okay to lose. It's not okay to give up. So it's just being able to fight to the end and not giving up, even if the season's not going your way. I mean, after that, it's pretty much it's a pride thing, and like how are you as a man? It's just how it's your character. It's really character at that point. It's just trying to mess up other people's seasons. Since at this point, like all you can do is pretty much mess up people's seasons. Just build your character and just work. Something
you can build on in terms of building this program, isn't it?
Oh, yes, sir, for sure. Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, I'm the play-by-play guy. You play analyst for a minute. Give us your assessment of your position group, the room now, the D line with the additions that you've had this year.
As of now, this year. Oh, it's a deep room. We for sure. Well, we've recruited well. We've got some good guys that came in. We have some vets, some younger guys. So it's just from top to bottom, we have a good deep room. Like we're in the D line room today. And we had just enough seats for everybody, and there's a good bit of seats in there. So there's a lot of we got a good group going.
I thought you were going to say for a moment that everybody was wearing one of those name tags. Hi, my name is right.
Nah, Coach Dilly, he's making sure everybody knows everybody. Just from all the things we do. So everybody knows everybody pretty well around here.
It seems to me, CJ, this spring ball is going to be really important because you have so many new parts coming in to start getting them assembled into the unit that you hope to put on the field in September.
Yes, sir. It's going to be experience. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be just competitive. You know, it's not going to be anything personal. We're still going to be close. We're still going to teach each other the things we know and help each other with things we don't know. But at the end of the day, it is a competition. We're competing. And we're competing to get the spot, but we're still going to love each other, and we're still a team at the end of the day, brotherhood. So we're still going to love each other up and be happy for the man.
Well, you and our guest in segment 2, Sean Naa, the offensive lineman, it seems to me you guys are in kind of unique positions. You have the honor of having played for the last ASU team that played in the Pac-12 conference, and now you're going to be part of the first ASU team playing in the Big 12 conference.
Yes,
share with me your thoughts on heading to the Big 12, especially for you being a native of Texas. And you got about a quarter of the teams in the Big 12 are from the state of Texas.
I was excited when I first heard the news, just because growing up, I've always wanted to play in the Big 12. That was pretty much my dream schools were in the Big 12. So being able to go and play those teams and have my family be able to make more games, make away games, home games, that's big. So I like the move to the Big 12 for sure.
I think we're all excited to see how that is going to unfold. Absolutely. Share with us your thoughts in terms of what are you majoring in? What do you, other than pro football, what do you hope to be doing with yourself after ASU?
As of right now, I'm majoring in business entrepreneurship, and I'm hoping one day I could own my own training facility.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
So,
well, maybe you could hire Sean Na'a as a physical
I
therapist
might
at
have
the training
to.
facility. Huh?
Yes, sir.
There you go. Well, CJ, it's great to have you as part of the Arizona State program, and best of luck to you and the guys this season, and thanks for stopping by and visiting with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome anytime, my friend.
Thank you.
Good to see you. That's Sun
Yes,
Devil
sir.
defensive lineman C.J. Fite, our guest on this final segment of this week's Sun Devil Extra edition. And with that, we bring down the curtain on this week's show, and we thank you for joining us. A couple of other thank yous before we go. We want to thank our executive producer, ASU Senior Associate Athletic Director Doug Tamaro, for his help. Thanks as well to our terrific engineer producer, Sean Crespin of the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. And a shout out to our buddy DJ Foster from Sun Devil Football for his help in this week's show. We will be back next week with another edition of Sun Devil Extra, and we do hope you'll make plans to join us. Have a great week, everybody. I'm Tim Healey. So long for now.